Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Over the weekend, the House passed the $95 billion in foreign aid for Ukraine and Israel. And again, they did that on Hitler's birthday. And because of Hitler, the Ashkenazi Jews of Europe moved down to Israel. And of course, the Ashkenazi Jews are from Khazaria, a place that hasn't existed since about 1000 AD, but that used to be in Ukraine and Russia. So just think about these things. Now, with regards to it being $95 billion, if you look into Hitler, his order was modeled after the Jesuit order. And the Jesuits were created to counter Martin Luther, the German, and the 95 Theses that he wrote. And that does factor into why Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated on the 95th day of 1968. 3 days before the Club of Rome was established. And keep in mind, Martin Luther King Jr. would have turned 95 years old this year. And keep in mind, Baltimore, that had the big tragedy with their bridge that connects to the black part of town, the Key Bridge, that came down on Pelosi's birthday. But Baltimore is a city that has Gematria of 95, and when that bridge came down from the Dali ship, the media compared the parallel with the Salvador Dali painting, The Broken Bridge in the Dream. MLK, I had a dream. That dream severely shattered. A lot of people don't know MLK's speech from a year to the day of his assassination from April 4th, 1967, that it said, until we stop the war machine in this country, we will not stop the hatred, because it's the killing and death and destruction that comes from war that lives in the troops that come back who survive from war, and then they bring that hatred and death into their communities and their families. Listen to what MLK said April 4th, 67. So these unnecessary wars taking place in the rich world, which have all been high Jesuit ritual, which we've been calling out from before they even have happened. We literally predicted when the Russia-Ukraine war would start before it happened, and we nearly got Israel-Gaza to the day on the day Netanyahu came back, December 29, 2022. But the common theme is the Jesuit history and their numbers and their ritual, and now it's 95 billion. Again, the Jesuits were recognized by Roman history September 27th, the day leaving 95 days left in the year. So Chuck Schumer's asking for this to get done today. Funny enough, today is the 114th day of the year. His full name, Charles Ellis Schumer's 114. Keep in mind the Jesuit text, Art of War, also equals 114, as does World War. So we'll see if it gets passed today. The media is saying it might take a day or two longer, though. So check this out. If they pass this tomorrow will be the 201st day of the war in Israel. Tomorrow's the 201st day. 2 days from now is 201 days after the war began. Remember, State of Israel equals 201. The Jesuit order equals 201. Order of Illuminati equals 201. Again, that was founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. Adam Weishaupt died 201 days after May 1st, the establishment anniversary of the Illuminati. David Ben-Gurion died 201 days after May 14th, the establishment anniversary of Israel. The war in Ukraine began in the Donbass region, 201, shortly after Biden and Putin met on Pearl Harbor Day, which was 201 days after the first ever Jesuit Ignatian year began. Again, the Jesuits were preserved in Russia by Catherine the Great with 201 members of the order. So are they going to do this tomorrow or the next day? Bring 201 and 95 together? Don't forget Event 201, the pandemic simulation, was on the same day the military World Games began in Wuhan, China, and those began in 95 in Italy and were credited to the Jesuits. It's kind of like that 95 Oklahoma City bombing that was a mega 201 ritual on Ignatius of Loyola Day. Ignatius of Loyola equals 201. He created the Jesuits, just like the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt created the Illuminati. But 201, 95, long history. And the question is, when we pass a 95 foreign aid bill for these 95 billion foreign aid bill, how long does it take for them to get the money? Maybe that's the ritual. Maybe Chuck Schumer gets his wish. They get it today, tomorrow in their bank account on the 201st day of the war. Here's 95 billion from the U.S. taxpayer who got hosed again. But yeah, it just makes me sick to watch this stuff go on. Them get away with it. Today is the 153rd day of Chuck Schumer's age. Jesuit order is 153. The Jesuit order's 201. Both numbers used by this cabal repetitiously. So I just want to point that out with the $95 billion, the Hitler tribute, again, Hitler modeled after the Jesuits. It's something else these people are getting away with. And yeah, again, that's a huge bill for you and I. It's going to cost about $1,000 per U.S. taxpayer. And that's just, one more bill they gave us. They'll give them a few more days. They'll have another big bill for us. Day after day, big bill. Big ritual, then comes the big bill. Then comes the loss of rights and liberties. When are people going to catch on to the game? When are people going to understand what the founders who had the right message at the beginning warned about with a central bank? The president who left office and said, watch out for this military-industrial complex. We're getting hosed. Until next time, Truth Seeker.